Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Bleach 1000 Year Blood War episode number 43 reaction. Right, the previous episode we got to see Urahara's Bankai and yeah, it is a very interesting Bankai where he can like reconstruct stuff, like kind of taking it apart and like sewing it up, so he can literally reconstruct and do the same thing with like literally anything. He was doing it on air and kind of sliding on it. But yeah, by the end of it he was able to take out Askin with the help of like Grimjo, who comes out from the inside. And yeah, like we get to see how like crazy unpredictable Urahara is, which we know, like they literally kind of Yohabaha put like one of the special, like people to be kind of wary of because of his unpredictableness, and how he always like thinks of every single possibility. So he even thought of a plan what to do if they get stuck inside. So Neliel was there, who was like the final, like person who could help them out from the outside. And yeah, like by the end of it, everything was okay. Like they defeated Askin, and we were able to win. However, Urahara probably won't be able to participate in the battle, so everything is on Ichigo's hands now. In the end, we also get to see Ichigo go and try to attack Yahabaha, and that is currently where we are in. So let's see what happens. So yeah, let us get started. I'll put the timer over here, sync the timer to the original video, and watch it alongside my reaction. And yeah, let's get started. Alright, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. No, Zaraki, right? Zaraki's voice. Oh, he's in. Alright. Here we go. Nice. Cannot fully. Damn! Hey! Okay. Oh my god. Oh! Oh, damn! That's why she cannot fully reject it? That's crazy. Oh! Oh! Right. Okay. Oh damn. It's like the heat. Reject. Wait. Oh, okay. That's. I was like, what? Yeah. Well, you're the one to speak. Could wield it at will. Oh boy. Oh, all right. Interesting. That's actually like Yahabaha literally said that a few moments ago as well. That if you try to kill me, you're killing the world because currently I am the one who's. So maybe find someone else to take his place who won't try to. I'm not even sure if that's possible. Damn, his hand is like. It's broken. Right. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Oh, wait. So, Hmm. Well, if it's well, you're doing the same thing, kind of, in like. Right. Well, you didn't see that coming, did you? Yeah, he's like, I'll think about that later. Let's deal with you first. Well, he's not wrong. Yeah, you have to defeat him first. Otherwise, yeah, we'll think about the whole Soul King situation later. Damn. Oh God. Well, technically he's not. He has the longest hair. Oh, yep. The whole, you know. Damn. Well, I don't think none of this is going to put a dent on him. Look at him. No, I don't think so. Yeah. Well, there you go. Guys, what the? Hello? You just standing there? I guess he was pretty fast. Oh! Yep. This guy's here. Hmm. Yeah. Oh! Alright, here we go. But I don't. Unless until he does something new, I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, that's Hinamori. I couldn't recognize her for a moment. I was like, who is this girl? Well, damn. Right. Yeah. Oh boy. All right. Yeah. Okay. This is. Oh. Yeah. It won't work like this, I guess. Oh. What the? Yeah. Right. Oh. Oh no. Right. Oh. Okay. Oh. Right. So he's trying to become a. Yeah. He's trying to like, wake the hollow part of him. Oh. Okay. That's where it ended. Wait. That was a bit early. Maybe there's something after the credits. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah. Well, there you go. Oh, Byakuya's here. Mm. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, oh. Oh, Kenpachi's here. Oh boy. Damn! Yeah. Oh my god, you guys. He's like, stop, you're gonna make him stronger. I don't think that word exists in his. Oh, damn! Yeah, well. Wow! He's a- yeah, he's fine. It's Zaraka we're talking about. Yeah, I think that's an understatement. Zarek is crazy. Ooh! Yeah, that's his Shikai. That is crazy. Hmm. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Oh, it's going to. Right. Nice. Oh no. Yeah. Oh boy. Ugh. Materialization of thoughts. Oh. Right. Okay. Well, we're gonna continue with that in the next episode. Wait, whose voice was that? Okay, perfect crimson. And that was episode number 43. Right. So, today's episode, a few things happened. First and foremost, we had the whole Ichigo section. Obviously, Ichigo fighting Yahabaha. And, you know, Orihime trying to like support him. Um, then we also had Kenpachi coming out of that like Mayuri's like that pot thing, and joining the battle at the end as we see against Gerard. While we have what's his name, Byakuya and wait, what was his name? Oh my god, Toshizo, right? No, Toshiro. Hitsuga, yeah, Hitsuga Toshiro. Yeah, I forgot his name for a moment. They also like obviously they were also fighting against Gerard, but Kenpachi is kind of necessary. I feel like because of his raw strength. We'll probably see like after this, and I do hope we get to see if he's able to unleash it. Like Kenpachi's Bankai. I'm not even sure if that's a thing because like as I've gotten to know from a lot of people, apparently Bleach hasn't like shown a lot of characters like powers like like Bankais or like a lot of other stuff. So I'm not sure if Kenpachi's Bankai has been shown in the manga. Even if it hasn't, I do hope they add it because they're adding new stuff. So anyways, I'm not sure. Let's just wait and see. Whatever it is, Kenpachi is definitely going to be the star of the show. I can see that pretty much because like he's literally one of the characters who probably can like who is necessary in this battle because Gerard is, as we can see, he's extremely strong. He's this big. While we have Kenpachi, who's also on the similar scale, I would think. Now the main problem here is the miracles. The miracles are the problematic ones. If you're able to like deal with that somehow, I am sure Kenpachi can easily take out. Like not easily maybe, but Kenpachi can take out Gerard. But like I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. Either way, yeah, that's what's going on. Now, a few other things we got to see in today's episode. First and foremost, we had Yahabaha revealing apparently Ichibe wants Ichigo to become the Soul King because of the nature of him. Like he's like, as he explained, he's part everything. He's part human, he's part like Quincy, he's part like Shinigami, he's part Fullbringer, he's part Hollow, like it's just everything. So for someone like that, like Ichibe wants him to become the Soul King, and obviously we all know if Ichigo becomes the Soul King, what's gonna happen? He he's screwed. Like his life is not his life anymore. He's just gonna be like it's like becoming like bound to something completely, for the world, for like that kind of thing. So obviously nobody wants that. But Ichigo's like, I'll think about that later. First, I have to defeat you first because obviously, what Ichibe wants is something that comes later. If we don't defeat you, we're screwed either way. Which is a very good like a very good decision that he took because yeah, that is correct. Like unless and until we cleared the hurdle in front of us, what's going to come after that is something for the future. If we're not even able to like overcome this hurdle, then yeah, what's the point in thinking about something that's going to happen in the future? We'll deal with Ichibe when we have to. First, we have to deal with you. And Ichigo's like, yeah, like I don't care. Like for now, we have to defeat you, so I'm gonna just do that. Right. So that's that. Now another thing that Yahabaha said here is that apparently Ichibe is obviously like trying to save the world, but at the same time, he is trying to do it in such a way where Shinigamis will reign at the top, as we get to see, as like Yahabaha said. And so then, like, the thing is, like, obviously, Yahaba is also trying to do that, but in favor of Quincy's. Or like, like he wants like a world where Quincy's will be at the top and all that stuff. So it's kind of like the same thing, I guess, if you think about it like that. The only difference here is that Ichibe wants Ichigo to become the Soul King, while here Yahabaha is like himself, kind of, you know. So that's the only, I guess, in a way you could say, the difference. Other than that, it's just going to be like the same thing with different like people in charge, I guess, who are going to be at the top. Also, I do think like even if Ichibe wants to do something like this, like Shinigamis have way more like people who can oppose this and like make sure that this doesn't go out of hand, unlike like with Yohabaha, where Yohabaha is literally like the one at the top. he's like he's like this high and everyone's like extremely loyal to him, so like like whatever he's going to say, they're going to like listen. While Ichibe here, if even if he like obviously he's trying to like do this, if there are a lot of people who's definitely going to be like, no, like we cannot let Ichigo become the soul, and they are strong enough, or capable enough to like go against Ichibe. I think, I don't know, like that's just what I think. Like what I think is like the Soul Society and like the Shinigami like structure is at least a lot more like, we have a lot of people who can probably like go against Ichibe and will go against Ichibe if they see that Ichibe is trying to like steer this in some weird direction. Like unlike Yahabaha, where whatever he's going to say, they're just going to follow. So that's what I think. So like I feel like the whole thing with Ichibe is way like, I don't know, like it's a lot, it's a better alternative than whatever like Yahaba's trying to do, because at least in Ichibe's like situation, we have a chance to kind of like not let, like if the direction where it is going to go, if it is in a bad direction, there's a chance for everyone to kind of stop that, or like prevent that. Unlike Yahabaha, where everyone's just going to like be blindly loyal to him and just follow whatever the hell he wants. So he is just going to be like him. So yeah, that's what I think. Either way, like I guess we'll have to deal with this later. So as Ichigo said, let's just deal with this first, then I'll think about that. Right. So yeah, now as we can see, one thing in today's episode, as we were seeing, is like Orihime continuously trying to stop Ichigo from like just rushing into like fight, into the fight. Yahabaha was also saying the same thing. He was like, what are you trying to do? Why are you trying to rush to your death? Yeah. But as we get to see, he was just not blindly raging or trying to attack him. He had a reason for doing that. And Orihime realized that when Orihime tried to stop him and Ichigo kind of looked at her, she looked at Ichigo, and then Ichigo just went on his way. And you can see Orihime stops trying to stop him from that point onwards, because Orihime realized that, as Orihime said, that, oh, like when I looked at you, I saw that you haven't lost yourself. That's why I thought that you probably have like some sort of a different intention, and that's why you're continuously just trying to attack him and like just throwing yourself in the battle, even if it's not working. And yeah, that is true. And as we get to see, Ichigo explains it at the end that where's that part, that the reason why he did that is because he wanted to, okay, where's that part? Okay, so here we go. I wanted to flood Quincy's spiritual pressure to wake someone up. Yeah. Your soul turned white, and there you go. We have, yeah, and Yahaba's like, is that your goal all along? And we see his horn, and right, there you go. Yeah, so that is why he was doing that. He was just not like going at the battle without any plans for no reason. He was trying to do this. Either way, guess we'll see what happens later on in the next episode. Maybe the episode after that, we'll see. Uh, so next episode will probably be Zaraki and like Gerard, Byakuya, and what's his name, Toshiro. Okay, now another thing. There was another thing I wanted to talk about. I'm forgetting what I wanted to talk about here. Just a minute. Let me think. Uh, what was it? Okay, you know what? Let me just read this section again because the part where okay, the pure black is the Soul King's spiritual pressure. Um, and the one controlling that black is Ichibe Hyospe. He must have told you to protect them. Okay, so protect the Soul King. Yeah, sorry, sorry. Okay, and then he kind of drinks that thing. The so then we get to see like different sections where Ichibe said different things, which at that point didn't really seem anything unusual. But now that we are thinking about it, it kind of has a second meaning to it. The first thing was when he said we took you for a different reason. So at that point, when we when he said that, we thought something else. But here, as we're getting to connect the dots, and we now know that what he's planning, the reason we know what it is now. Okay, then we have that part where he says we wanted to see if you're a vessel strong enough to contain immense power. Now obviously this is the time I think he was training Ichigo or something. So at that point you thought that, oh, that's what he's talking about, but now that we have context, you can kind of interpret it like this as well, where he's trying to make sure that he has his vessel is strong enough to become like the Soul King and all that. Yeah. Or a fragile bowl that would shatter. Okay, I took a small portion of your power to restore my body. Like the part of like, please protect the Soul King, Ichigo. I'll tell you his true intention. Ichibe Hyospe intends to make you the next Soul King. Hmm. Okay. He intends to shape you into a puppet that maintains the three realms, preserving a world where Soul Reapers reign supreme. That is a piece Ichibe Hyospe envisions. Right. So there's another thing that he said which is kind of interesting, which is when they were talking about how the Soul King's like ritual thing is black, and how Ichibe controls that black. So I guess he's in there, they're kind of indirectly saying like not indirectly, like Yohaba literally says that he's trying to make you into a puppet. So basically, yeah, like since he has that power of control, like, so he plans on making Ichigo like the Soul King, like a figurehead or whatever, and he will be the one who will kind of be in control of everything. Now obviously I don't think he has like, I don't know, bad intentions, but at the same time his intentions is literally being like, yeah, oh, Soul Reapers will be at the top. Like, I don't know. I don't think he wants to be like a tyrant or something, like making Ichigo into a like. But I guess in a way, I'm not sure. Like, Ichigo is like a kind of a like a, as we get getting to know more and more about him, he's kind of unpredictable. We cannot like understand, like, for now at least, we still don't have the full picture, at least as to what he's trying to do. But basically he's suspicious. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm not really sure exactly what he's trying to do, but I doubt he has like plans of like being like some sort of like a tyrant ruler or something. But at the same time, he is kind of like manipulating Ichigo in a way to try to make him into this figurehead, and he'll be the one in control, and he'll try to keep this like the Shinigamis at the top. So in a way, I guess he is like trying to, yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else apart from this. Either way, let's wait and see. As Ichigo said, we'll think about that later. First, let's deal with you. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. The other thing that I wanted to talk about. That is, when they were talking about how, like, another thing that they brought up in today's episode, which is pretty obvious if you think about it, but I guess I never really thought about it like that, which is, as Yohabaha said, that you guys are trying to save the world, but you're also trying to kill me. So now I am kind of like the equivalent of the Soul King. I've taken everything from him. So if you defeat me, you're going to be destroying the world. What are you going to do about that? Like, isn't what you're trying to do contradicting the other thing, the result that will happen if you go along, if you carry it out? Yeah, and that is true if you think about it. But then, like I was saying, like, then what other way is there to, like, deal with this situation? Because, yeah, if we take out Yahabaha, the world is going to get destroyed unless and until we're able to bring back the Soul King. So there definitely needs to be a Soul King. So maybe there'll be like a replacement for him. But then again, the thing is, as we get to see here, like, Ichigo is trying to make Ichigo the Soul King. Whoever is going to become the Soul King, won't they literally be like a captive, like, kind of like, like, their future is gone. Like, they're like gonna be like, obviously, yeah, they will be like the Soul King. That's like a lot of, like, but it's over, right? Like, I don't know, like, I'm pretty sure, like, becoming the Soul King, as like much good it sounds like, it actually isn't, because you're going to be like stuck there, and you'll become like this god type of, like, like a entity who's just future, and their life or whatever is going to be just taken away from there. You're just going to be this, like, so yeah, like, I'm trying to think, like, what could be like the solution to this, like, you know after we defeat Yahabaha, because the only thing I can think of is replacing Yahabaha with someone else. But then, who's going to be that unfortunate soul who replaces him? Now, if that is not the way we deal with this, maybe there's some other way, which we'll get to know later. Like, maybe like not a person, but like make something a Soul King, like, and it's not like living, like, not living, but like, it's not like a person or something, but some object or something into. I'm not even sure if that is possible. I don't think that's possible, but like I'm saying, I'm trying to think, like, what could be like a better alternative to just like replacing Yahabaha with someone who, um or maybe replace Yahabaha with someone who isn't opposed to taking that place. You know, who's pretty happy to be that person. Who even is that person? I don't know. But maybe there could be someone like that. But at the same time, that someone will also be have to be, someone who's like, who has that, like, what do you call it, that potential, because obviously you cannot just literally make anyone the Soul King. It's not possible. As we see, that's why Ichibe was trying to make Ichigo into a Soul King, because he fulfills a lot of conditions that is required. So there's not even enough candidates, I feel like, to so yeah, anyways, let's just wait and see. Like I said, first let's defeat Yahabaha, then I guess we'll think about it. Like, who knows, we'll, while defeating Yahabaha, we might stumble upon the answer ourselves as to what to do, deal with this situation. Like, a lot of time it happens, like, when you're trying to like overthink about something, like, oh, like I'm trying to do this, but after doing this will happen, and then this will happen, so how am I going to deal with that and the thing that comes after that? Like, there's a lot of times we overthink like this. But then, like, like there's a lot of situations as well where as you deal with the situation in front of you, you automatically get the answer of whatever's going to come after that. You get the solution to that while dealing with the current situation. So maybe something like that will happen, and we'll automatically get an answer to our problem while defeating Yahabaha. So instead of just like raking our brain, like like tearing our hair and thinking like, oh, what should we do, and like um instead of doing that, let's just do it and see. Because it is true, we have to deal with Yahabaha, because otherwise, like, what he's trying to do is also not something that we can let happen. So dealing with him is something that we have to do either way. So let's just do that first. Then we'll think about what comes later. Because if because if it's something that we have to do either way, like, instead of thinking what comes after this, let's just do it. Because that's just something that you have to do. There's no other choice. So yeah. And that's literally what Ichigo said, as we see, like, like when Yohaba's like, oh, what are you going to do after? Ichigo's like, we have to defeat you either way. Otherwise, like, everything is over. So, like, let's just do that first, and then we'll deal with whatever comes after that. Okay. Right. Either way, so that was that. So that was the whole section with Ichigo, Orihime, Yahabaha, and that part. Then we come to the next part, like the post-credit scene, where we have the Vizards trying to stop Gerard, but it doesn't really work like that. But then in comes Toshiro, Byakuya, and Zaraki Kenpachi at the end. Kenpachi is very strong, obviously, as we see. He literally deals like proper damage to Gerard, and then Gerard is like, alright, you know what? You're pretty damn strong. Let me bring out my my sword. What did he call it? I forgot. And yeah, okay. So one thing I need to check here. I need to understand this. First and foremost, obviously we know his ability, which is like, if you like take out like something, like chop off his hand or something, as we saw, it regenerates and it gets stronger and bigger. Then his sword, as he explains, where's that part? Hufnung, okay. Yeah, so when it gets damaged, whoever damages him, it gets damaged as well. Okay, so yeah, okay, so Zarak is like, what is this and why? Why are you confused? My power is the miracle. The miracle is the materialization of thoughts. This indestructible body of mine grows from people's fear. Hoffnung is the sword forged with hopes. If it breaks, that means despair. Okay, I don't get it. My power is a miracle. Miracle is materialization of the body of mine grows from people's. Okay, so fear makes him grow bigger and stronger, while the opposite of fear, which is hope, is something that has made Hoffnung is a sword that is forged with hope. Okay, so if that hope gets breaks, it means despair. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I'm like correct in understanding this, But as he says, like, this is what I understood. As he says that since his miracle is the materialization of thought, of his, like, thoughts. So that's why he says, like, when something which is like Hoffnung, as he says, that is forged with hope, this gets damaged, it means despair. And that despair, if you think of, if it materializes into something tangible, like, it comes as like something like of an attack. So like, so when you're damaging Hoffnung, that means despair, and that despair gets materialized into the person who is dealing that damage by, like, harming them, because that's, like, the materialization of despair. Like, if you get hurt, that is despair. I don't know, I'm just interpreting it like that. I think that's what he's trying to say here, or something along those lines, right? So yeah, also, if you think about it, as he says that people's fear make me grow. So if you think about it like that, like, when someone fears you, or like, they kind of think like, oh, you're bigger than them, you're stronger than them. Again, materialization of thought, and that's why he becomes bigger and stronger, I guess, right? Yeah, like, you can interpret it like that. Like, whatever, like, is going to be, people are going to be thinking, and whatever is going, that's going to become like kind of reality. So the more people fear him, the more he'll become bigger and stronger, because that is going to invoke more fear, and it's like a perpetual cycle, like, that kind of thing, right? Okay, anyways, yeah, so there you go, that is the current situation. uh okay, and obviously, as we see, okay, one thing they were showing, I'm not exactly, I cannot remember, I've forgotten, probably. What is the significance of uh Toshiro's, those things when he used his bankai, those, like, the ice shards, kind of like in a star form, they were like breaking one after the other. I'm forgetting, I think, like, I should know this, but what is the significance of that? Is that like some sort of a time limit that he can, like, keep his bankai on for? Because I'm pretty sure I knew, like, what that meant, but I've forgotten. It's been quite a while. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you know, like, or is that something like else that we're gonna see? And I don't know. Well, let's wait and see. Or you can let me know in the comments. Like I said, if it's not any spoiler, you can let me know. Right, and yeah, another thing that I want to talk about, the final thing, which is when Zaraki was uh, like, unleashed his Shikai. um so yeah, obviously they're like, what the hell is this? This is Shikai, like, that's crazy. um when did Zaraki, okay, Byakuya says, what is the sword, the constant release type? No, maybe there isn't any constant release type. Yeah, so that's the thing. So basically, as Byakuya said, maybe that doesn't even exist. We just thought it is something like that. The same thing is what happened with Ichigo, right? As well. Because his sword was also like that. Like, he just never really, like, like, wasn't able to tap into its full potential back then. Um like, same with Zaraki as well. Like, Zaraki, it's just that he never was able to use it properly up until now. And and when you think about it, that is crazy. He has been going head to head against all these crazy people with their, like they're using all their bankais or whatever, their secret techniques or their final, like, attacks and everything they're using on him. He he never used any of that. He's been going, like, it's like fighting barehanded in a battle with weapons. Basically, that's what he has been doing up until now, and still dominating. So, can you imagine when he actually takes up a weapon? What's going to happen? this is just his shikai. I cannot even imagine what's gonna happen when he if he's able to use his bankai. Like, good god. That'll be something else. But anyways, and yeah, no wonder Yahabaha has like given him like the, like the stamp of like, oh, like, for power. Like, Ichigo is for his potential, Zaraki is for his power, Urahara is for his like unpredictability. Like, as we got to see later. And who else was there? Oh, Ichibe for his wisdom. There's another one, right? Anyways, like, like, yeah. Oh, Aizen for his spiritual pressure, the spiritual, like, like pool or whatever you call it. So yeah, like, no wonder. So yeah, there you go. So that is it. That was my reaction to episode number 43 of Bleach Thousand Year Blood War. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.